This is another thing.
Yes.
Augmented reality. Okay? You can see this. And this technology can handle programming language Python 2. Okay? So if you want to be a kind of developers, then you are really very successful. And this kind of expert developers salary structure is not bounded, right? If you are a very good peer developer, company will give you a lot, right? First 2-3 slides I showing you that this is the Korean structure. Your structure will start from 30 million, right? Okay, and end it with 150 million, right? But if you are a very good quality VR and AR programmer, there is no boundary. You can earn a lot. You can get a share from this company. Can you imagine? There is a very few programmer in that sector, but you need to know the programming language Python to do these kind of things. Okay, so now world is basically moving in that direction. So if these things come in a real manner, so we are falling a very big problem, right? If you don't know the language, so definitely we need to know some language and some technical things to handle this. Okay, some technological devices comes from in front of you and you cannot operate, so you are illiterate on this sector, right? If you want to operate this, so you need to know some technology as well, right? Nowadays, people are blind if they have not a mobile phone, right? You cannot, basically you cannot spend a day without a mobile phone, right? In next couple of years, some device will come out or some sort of number will giving you that this is your registration number, something like that. Google is working on it. If you do not have a Google number, you cannot do anything. Google working on that direction. Your ID is your identity. Without your ID, you are not a human being, kind of things. You have to use this ID, and Google banned you. You cannot do nothing. You cannot draw your money from your bank. You cannot buy anything, right? You cannot operate your credit card as well. So Google working on it, right? They want to give a identity number, those who wants, and they can get a good facility first of all, and after that, when they are involved on this process, Google trying to get money from this ID. Okay, so then we are falling very big trouble. So two giants like Facebook and Google work the two different directions. One organization try to capture all these human beings, and one try to get money from them, like Facebook, right? And right now, if you want to be a startups, you have to give a proper solution and in specific direction, right? So I'm a startup. I'm working with a student. The student have lots of problems, but their main problem is that they are not getting a proper guideline. If they get a proper guideline, they can reduce their loss in his career, right? So sometimes they get misguided or they cannot get a proper direction, they cannot get a market, what is going on in job market, and as well as they do not know why can I learn those things. That is their main problem. We are going to, or we want to solve these kind of things. We are a counseling company, right? We want to sit with students, getting some data from the students and researching on it, and we can give them a proper guideline for his career so they can reduce his loss, right? If he is skilled for the market, we want to be a skill for the market, for IT market in Korea, we can guide them in this direction. We know very well in this market, we know which kind of technology need to know, and we know how to develop students in this sector. Okay, so we say that the most popular language is Python, and after that you can see the JavaScript is very popular but very lightweight and very easy language. Java, you know that, is very powerful programming language, and a kind of system, you want to develop a kind of system, it's like a device oriented system, you have to use this kind of programming language named Java. PHP is for web development. Go is the product of Google, and you can use it for research. Have a R language is very good for the research, data management and big data analysis. You have to use R language or Python language for the research, okay, for big data analysis. And Swift is really very good platform for the iOS apps development. If you want to be an iOS app developer, you need to know the Swift, and you can be a very good iOS apps developer. And if you want to be an Android developer, you need to know Java. Okay, and if you want to be augmented reality or virtual reality, then you have to know Python. Okay, so right now most of the game development company use Python for the development language, because in Python you can use AR, VR, AI and ML for big data analysis. Okay, so I can say AR, augmented reality, AI, artificial intelligence, ML, machine learning, right? So like I can give you some example. There's something like that. You can see some website where you can learn a math. Some mathematical learning website you can find in all over the world. And if in this site they are using machine learning stuffs, and how can they manage it? They manage it like some problem comes out, you are doing that two number sum, like 7 plus 8, right? And store this example to the database. Okay, this is very simple example. This machine learned these things. 7 plus 8 is equal 15, and this machine learned these things himself, right? And it stored the solution. If someone comes and again asks that what is 7 plus 8, straight this machine did not wait anything or cannot wait the users, they put the results from his brain, right? So application can develop their brain himself by using machine learning and applying artificial intelligence, right? So artificial intelligence is a kind of thing, is like that inside in our application. Like artificial intelligence is like human brain has lots of things to make us correct decision, right? But for software development cases, we can give some specific rules. if this rules is yes, you have to show this, and rules is not correct, you have to show this. But artificial intelligence is kind of different things. Okay, so artificial intelligence kind of thing is that they can increase software brain himself. I can give you some example on it. Last year, November, Facebook shut down a very big lab. It's called Message Boot. Is Google product. Automatically when you give you a message, okay, when you give you a message, Facebook developing a kind of things that will reply in your message. Okay, and this is a machine. Okay, this is a machine, and after some times in October session 2017, a researcher found that some robots talk with others robot in lab. Okay, and the language is different. Facebook engineers put a kind of language inside robot, but robot developed different kind of language and they communicate with each other. It's really very basically amazing things. They found it and suddenly they shut down this lab in November 2017 because Facebook used average AI there. There is a three kind of artificial intelligence: low level, average and high level, right? Right now we're using low level artificial intelligence. You see a movie named Sonic. Is in 2000-2001 session. This movie is come out from Hollywood, and there main role of this movie is a robot. You can see this. They developed his brain himself, and in this movie producer shows that sometimes robot will attack the human being and they capture all the things. Okay, if big companies apply advanced AI like Facebook, maybe this problem will happen. But if we apply a low level artificial intelligence, that is really very helpful for us. You saw that I can show you that. I'm working with 4 or 5 companies, 2 government organizations, 3 private organizations, and I have no fixed schedule to go there, right? As a consultant, when I go there, I spend my 2 to 3 hours time and I can get money for that. I'm a freelancer, right? So like when I go a government office or government center and train a whole day, a set of people, I'm talking in front of them and give some solution, right? And government will pay for that. I'm a freelancer, right? So if you know search engine optimization, if you know software quality assurance or digital marketing, or you know PHP or know Python, you can get job from the web and you can do by yourself and you can get money. Right? So freelancers, the freelancing market is really very high now because like Korean market is highly productive and very experienced, right? So if someone you want to get to do your job, you have to pay minimum 2 million or 2.5 million per month. But in in subcontinent or Middle East, they can do this kind of job easily in $500. That means, right? In Korea, you have to spend $2,000 to $2,500, and same work you can do in subcontinent or Middle East by $500. Can you imagine? That means 5 times less. So definitely you can get kind of work from Korean market, right? So US, UK and Australian market is also very big for the freelancers, as well as Japanese and Korean market is really very big for the freelancers. If you get a single connection with a customer or who wants to be a freelancer, your life is set. Okay. Sorry. First of all, getting first customer is really tough, but when you get a single customer, your life is set. I can say that, because they need freelancers. Okay, and freelancers are cheaper than job holders. Freelancers have a very good benefit is that they can do his job anytime from anywhere. Okay, and now in here I can show you some popular freelancing site. There is called a marketplace. You can join this marketplace. You can make your profile 100%, and if you know the techniques, you have a skill, you can job from the site. You can get the job from the site. This one is Fiverr. Upwork is really very good. Those all are based on USA. Freelancer, Guru. Okay, so lots of freelancing site is there. It's like around more than 90 freelancing popular site there, but Fiverr, Upwork and freelance is among the best for the freelancer, the marketplace. So you can earn a lot. Okay, I can give you an example in back. I'm not doing freelancing in this site since 7 years, but when I'm a student, I'm starting my freelancing career in 2005 and 6, and on that period I can earn a lot of money as a student. That is sufficient for me to stay in a city or give a university cost. And now my lots of students earn money that is very much sufficient for them. In Bangladesh, if you stay in a capital city, you need like $200 is for the students is a good money for them, but they can earn $600, $700 or $1,000 per month easily doing a freelancing, knowing some basic things like search engine optimization or website development using WordPress. Okay, so if you want to be a very good freelancer, and if you know the programming language like PHP or Python, you can earn a lot. Okay, a freelancer can earn $10,000 easily if he had this kind of quality. But first couple of days is tough to get the first job. Okay, but you have to know lots of things, so like communication skills you need, right? You have to design, you have to get a design skill and problem solving skill as well. So if you earn a lot of money, so it takes time. So like first of all straight, so you cannot earn 5 to 6 or 7, 10, 7, 8, $9,000 a day, right? You have to get the experience and steadily you increase your income as well, right? So if you start your freelancing career and you know something very well like web design development or optimization, you can start with like $500, $600 per month. But if you get experience, your income will be increased. And 2 to 3 years, after 2 to 3 years, you can earn a lot. and you can run a lot of freelancer as well, and you can make a company as well. So lots of people in Bangladesh and Seoul, South Africa, from Bangladeshis or foreigners, they start freelancing here, and after 2-3 years they can make a company in Bangladesh or here. Okay, so because in that period their network will build, and they become a very they increase his skill, and they become popular in this area, and they can get lots of job. Okay, so you can try this side. So now, why do you want to learn to code? I can say before, if you run this device, you need to know how to operate this, right? And if you want to talk with someone, you need to operate a mobile, right? If you want to register a site, you need to operate a computer and need to know how to get internet and how can I browse the site. Is it? After a couple of days, and like if there is a locked door, you have to put your finger or eyes, right? Something. So after a couple of days, if you run your life in everywhere, you have to know the newest technology. You have to adopt the newest technology, right? Otherwise, they will be backdated. So for that, you need to know some kind of language or some kind of technical things. That knowledge you can operate those devices. So we can say that after 5 years, nowadays you can say that if someone don't write something, he or she is illiterate, right? We can say that. And after 5 to 10 years, if you are not being able to write a code, this time people will say you are illiterate, right? Now it's okay, but after a couple of years, you have to hear that I'm illiterate in this sector. I'm not know to write a code, right? So coding is very, very important for all. Okay, now I'm going to talk with something for the startups now. In the last couple of slides, I'm discussing about job and freelancing. So now I'm talking about for startups, those who are going to start their business in this market or anywhere in the world. So first of all, if you want to be a startup in this sector, you need to know the language, or you have to have a specific knowledge in this sector. Otherwise, you are in trouble, right? You're in trouble, because if your idea is good, but if you not deliver it among your developers, this product will be the perfect one, those you want, right? So if you're not giving your input in this application development, you cannot understand what is going on with my application, right? So I can want to say that, because like I'm a freelancer and I want to build this to solve a problem for the society. So I'm planning all this, but I do not know how to build this. I have a plan. I want to know so what need to do, what need to build, but I have no idea how to develop this. So that is very important things, that if I want to develop something in IT track, I have to put my own knowledge or skill in this system. I can give you an example that, like Bill Gates, when he developed his operating system, Microsoft, he is the main coder on this team. First of all, right? He is the main coder. If someone who not know the language but want to be a startup in this sector, he can fall a very big problem, right? Because developers are really very smart. They are technical guy, right? They can derive you anywhere if you do not have a knowledge in this sector. And after some days, your budget is finished and you will be kicked out from the startup area, right? If you do not have the kind of knowledge, and you are definitely fall on a very big problem, right? If you want to be a freelancer. And language, and which language you have to choose for the startups. I can say before that, current technology or current trend is augmented reality and virtual reality, right? Without that, or artificial and machine learning, without that, if you develop something, people will not receive this kind of things because all are backdated, right? People always wants latest things, right? So if you want to put this latest technology in your application, right? So you have to use this kind of language which is want to use and which is capable to use this kind of technology. Like I can say that Python is the best for artificial intelligence, machine learning, augmented reality and virtual reality, right? So you can use or you can select this language Python which is capable for do this kind of things, right? So if someone wants to be a startup in IT track, his language is Python. Our suggestion is that the Python is the best language for the startups, those who wants to be a startup in this sector. Python, why Python? I can say before that Python is a robust, Python is a scalable, and Python using in Python you can develop anything very easily and very fast, right? You can say that what is the difference between a company and a startup company? Can you see me anybody that what is the difference between a successful company and a startup?
Startup works on some innovative idea that has not been tried, and they start on kind of experimental basis.
Okay.
Customer will be different. Successful company has lot of customer. When one company will start, he has no customer.
He has no customer. Okay. Anybody?
And capital.
Product. Yes, lots of things has come out. Basically, couple of things is very important for the startups, and it was a difference from startup and companies: budget, time, and profitability. Right? Successful company, there is no limit or no boundary for the budget and time and profitability, but a startup have this kind of restrictions. They have a certain budget, right? They have a time limit, and profitability will depends on his product, right? If someone wants to come and make money straight away, it's really very difficult, right? So if you develop something and if you want to earn from today, it's not possible, right? It's impossible because big company grab those customers. First of all, you need to market this, and you need to adopt your technology for the society, and there is a very important thing is time limit you have, and your budget is limited. So really very difficult things. If you want to be a successful startup, you have to consider those things. First of all, budget, time, and then profitability. You have to know that when you can get back some money from the market, and you have to do these things step by step. First of all, you come with your lot of money and expend this as quickly as you can, that you will be a loser. Okay, so for the startup, its best decision is that if you are going to start your business or start a business in IT, you start with your own things, like own laptops, right? Own desks. You do not need to expend money to buying new laptops, new machines, new decks. If you have a desk and laptop, you can use it, right? You can say, so you can reduce your expenditure, and you have to wait for the earning. Yeah, there is a time bindings as well. If you want to try something new, definitely you have a time limit, right? So after some days, your thinking will be older. So if you trying this again and again, definitely you will be loser. Nowadays, best technology is artificial and machine learning, but those two technology will be older after 2 years, because after 2 years, augmented reality and virtual reality will take over this. So if you going to deploy your product which is applying artificial intelligence, and you are trying to deploy this product in 2021, definitely will be a loser, because this technology will be getting older, right? So definitely you have a time limit, and profitability in that case, you can see that. So for the startups, things it's really very difficult to move, right? But you have to concentrate, and you have to know lots of things, right? As a CEO or as a CTO, you have to manage all those things. You have to know how to write, you have to know how to explain, right? Be a good startups. I can say before that, so why Python for the startups? And now I can discuss and I will discuss for the TalhaTraining work with the startups and students, how TalhaTraining basically works with the students and startups.